Hey guys, good morning. I'm Jason,
I'm Jackie,
and we are,
the Flames.
so we're back for another edition of Keep the Flame Alive. Last week didn't work out, but here we are, and we got a brand new theme. We had a really exciting night last night. What happened last night?
We attended the Moorpark Chamber of Commerce hosted the community awards,
Yeah.
and we got to see 20 amazing award winners. Amazing.
Devin Oviedo won Youth of the Year for his Packs of Love, which he's one of our students, and we're super, super proud of him. Becky Purnell won the Servant of the Year, Public Servant of the Year. That was great. Man of the Year, Jim Collier. Woman of the Year, Kim Caston. What a great night that we got to celebrate all these amazing people that do wonderful things here.
93-year-old Rosalie Barilli came up. She's amazing.
It was cool.
Incredible. That
So-
was neat. Anybody else?
Well, we did win Small Business of the Year for Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga, and our Moorpark Morning Rotary Club won for Holiday on High Street for the Event of the Year, which is kind of your baby. Started with us, the Groffs and the Shields, and now 8 years later, we're getting ready to host another one this year on December 6th. So we're excited about that. But yeah, we also found out that I got a text after we came back from the awards that Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga won the Best in Ventura County Choice Awards. So that was awesome. The awards are kind of cool to get, but I think just being in the same category as people that do a lot in their community, and people think that highly of us to vote for us. So after 31 years this month, pretty much 31 years in business, still going strong, still having a lot of fun, still enjoying it. But that's not what this podcast is about. This podcast today is going to be about talking about one of the most powerful yet overlooked parts of communication, truly listening. We'll share how learning to listen with empathy, not just respond, has changed the way we connect and understand each other. It's a simple shift that can transform any relationship when done with intention and heart. So again, good morning, guys. See a bunch of people jumping on just now. It only took 3 minutes to get you out here. Who's watching? Please comment and let us know that you are watching. By the way, I just want to remind you guys that I still have a couple more Born to Risk books. We are raising money for American Cancer Society in honor of Jackie and her battle, as well as my dad, your dad, so many people we know affected by cancer. So if you'd like to get the Born to Risk book, with any $100 donation to American Cancer Society, I will send you a personalized signed copy. So,
Because you are.
because I'm actually a co-author in this book. So thank you to Emilio and Daniela Roman, who allowed me to become a co-author, an award-winning author in this new book. So we'll
Thank
talk.
you for donating them.
So good so far. I think we have 5 or 6, so we're good.
Yay.
All right, so let's get into the talk. Let's get into our questions for the day. And do you want to ask the first question?
What is the difference in your experience between truly listening and simply being heard?
What?
Yep. Yeah.
What? If we're watching TV or I'm on my phone, there's
and if it's both,
not a
then
whole
we're in
lot.
huge trouble.
It's a problem. What's the difference in our experience between truly listening and simply hearing your partner?
Can I tell you what I like to do?
Tell me.
When I know darn well you're not paying attention to TV, I'll go, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that. Did you see that? And you're like, what? What happened? No, I'm not telling you. That's my favorite thing to do. Do
You're
you know what I-
such a brat. Haley! Haley is watching from Texas.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on expecting your baby. And so congratulations, happy anniversary. It was just yesterday, I believe, or the day before. But happy anniversary and congratulations. Awesome. Thank you for watching. Yeah, difference between listening and simply hearing. I think that when it's time to get serious, because sometimes we're just talking and telling stories and I just
Mhm.
talk
No, I want to be listened to
All the
even
time?
then. Yes.
Even
If
then?
I'm making the effort to speak, I don't want to, oh, that's great, babe. I want active responses.
What's my favorite movie? Click with Adam Sandler,
Ugh.
and he goes into autopilot, and he's just like, and he's like barely hearing everything and seeing what's going on. Okay, I get it. I understand. I think I'm pretty good at listening.
Mhm.
Not when we're watching TV. I will admit, if we're watching TV, that is my autopilot time and the time that I just like.
That's when I want to talk.
I know. I know. Nathan Cook is watching. Thank you so much. Appreciate you watching, dude. Thanks for posting so much positive information out there. Nathan's got a great podcast. You guys should definitely go check it out. More Than Before podcast. Yeah, so good to see you. We'll have to catch up again soon. So thanks for watching. Listening. I'm pretty good at listening for the most part, except for when we're watching TV.
Okay.
Does that answer the question? Does that
It doesn't accurately answer the question, but I appreciate your effort in answering the question.
probably doesn't? But
It's just you get preoccupied and we're busy, and I understand. But if it's really comes down to needing to talk about something, we're pretty good about carving out time and doing that.
yes, I am. Shree Evans. Hey, how are you? She says Rob would love to be watching you guys together. Man, we miss Rob.
Miss him.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Thinking about you. Hope the kids are good. Hope everybody's good. Hope you're doing well. Let's talk about the next question.
Okay.
Unless we need to talk about the
No,
first question more.
okay.
Did we cover it?
I think so.
So sometimes we're
You're
really
listening to
good.
me?
Sometimes we're really good. Sometimes we're not. As long as I'm not watching
You
TV.
say I'm good. I'm
Oh.
always good, is what I'm assuming. But no,
It depends on your
responses.
mood.
It does.
Depends
Everything.
on your
Really,
mood,
everything does.
right? And it depends on if you're
Pisces.
it depends on if you're preoccupied. If you're preoccupied with you're doing pictures for black belt testing, or you're posting for social media, you're working on Holiday on High Street. Because the one thing that I can do that's probably super annoying is that when I want to talk, I just blah 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 blah. I just keep talking, not recognizing that you're not ready to hear me. And so I could probably do a better job on that because I haven't recognized that you're not ready to listen.
I remember probably a year ago, Mason came in the room and he started talking to me, and I go, Mason, what? And he's all, whoa, never mind, I'll go upstairs. And I felt so bad because he did not come back down. So I try not to do that.
What about you guys? What do you guys think is the difference between truly listening and simply hearing your partner? What was it? What was a movie? There was a movie.
Of course.
And it's always a movie, right?
There's a song too.
You can hear me, but are you listening to me? Does anybody remember that movie? Oh, it's killing me. I think it was. Nope, I don't know. But it was exactly that. You're hearing me, but are you listening?
There's also I have no idea what you're talking about, but there's a country
course.
song. It's called The Difference. The difference between the difference. It's called The Difference. And that it addresses that. And I love it, between saying, hey babe, or I love you, and like love ya. Doesn't sound familiar. Okay, I'm gonna play that song and you're gonna be like, duh, that's what I was talking about.
Got it. Okay, next question.
Okay.
Can you think of a time when one of us felt really heard and how that moment changed the conversation or the outcome?
Yo, that's a big one. A time? I don't.
We talk a lot about last year and while you were in the hospital,
Yeah.
and I was hyper focused on. I just think that I was hyper focused on what you needed, and like anytime you said something, I was just like, that didn't help a conversation. It didn't change the outcome of a conversation, but that's like the most recent time that I can think to myself that I was like, I was hanging on your every word, whatever you needed, like,
Yeah, I remember hearing when I had a bad experience with a doctor, and I remember watching the cat climb over places it shouldn't be. Do you see this?
Yep.
Cats.
Kitty.
See my nails? I am kitten obsessed now. I have a black cat. Everyone should have a black cat. He's the best thing ever. I remember having a bad experience with a physician, and we told my nurse practitioner, who's like my fairy godmother, and She said she gave us some advice to not ever have that situation happen again. And you, every time I walked in, were like, make sure you don't settle for what you don't need to have. And so
Mhm.
that is something I could say that I definitely felt like you were there and heard me.
Mm.
So that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
I think really anytime it comes to like we kind of we've been together a really long time. We're so old. But I think we've gotten to the point where like we know when it's really like it's like that important time. Like not that what you say is important all the time because it is, but like when it's a serious conversation, I think that we really like lean in and
Yeah.
tune into each other and not just listen, but I think like try to understand because sometimes I have no idea where you're coming from, and I know that it's probably the same the other way, and that's where it's like, okay, we gotta figure this out. But when it comes down to big decisions, right? Buying the house, fixing the backyard, thing important decisions for
Raising
kids,
kids.
raising the kids, right? Yeah, I think those are all like really important decisions, and that's where we lean in and it just deeper into the conversation instead of like most of the time it'll be how was your day, what did you do, but even in that how was your day, sometimes I can read if it was a good day or not a good day, if you got everything done that you wanted to get done.
Right.
And so I can read something just by that.
Yeah.
And I think that that is hopefully helps you feel heard or I'll know that like now I'll come home and you're whatever the mood is or whatever you're doing and I'll have a bunch to tell you and it's like now's not the right time. I'll just save that. I'll wait. So hopefully that makes you feel like understood.
Yeah.
All right.
Not overwhelmed.
I can be that. I can be that. All right, guys.
I'll read this one.
Read number 3.
What are some common barriers that get in the way of good listening? How do you work to overcome them?
Sometimes I just need to put my phone down. Right?
Yeah.
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 I see. I know it. I
And I
admit
wonder
it.
if other people go through this. Like, our phones are our easy computers. Like, I have projects that I can just as easily do on my phone as my computer, and actually sometimes more easily. And I love my phone. I love her. Like, I love her. And I hate her because sometimes she drives me crazy, or I have a meeting today and I'm already thinking it's going to be about an hour and I'm going to walk out and have 25 texts and 6 emails and all the things to address, which is my fault because I don't accept phone calls and only text messages. But that's another story.
Yeah, I think the phone is definitely a barrier for good listening because if it's in my hand, I'm on a project, whether it's social media, creating images, responding to text, responding to emails. Um, yeah, so the phone is definitely a big barrier. The TV sometimes is a barrier, but that's kind of that's our pastime. We almost sometimes use watching TV to have I don't know, not use TV to have a conversation, but like I think we have some of our best conversations while we're just sitting on the couch watching
Yeah,
TV.
and the TV's kind of passive. It's not always, unless we're really into something, which lately we haven't found anything we love because I think we've watched everything made ever.
Anybody watching anything good? Are you guys watching anything? I mean, we're watching Dancing with the Stars. We're watching Love is Blind.
We are
Like we're
not
on the
proud of that.
definitely on the trash TV. But if you have a good movie or a good series, let us know.
Yeah.
I also think you talked about it being busy. Being busy can be a barrier for listening because we're so busy and we're constantly moving. I mean, yesterday was an example. Today is an example of like, okay, what's your day like? We're going from here to here to here to here to here to here.
When will I see you?
Right.
That's what we always say. When will
Yeah.
I see you today?
When will I see you?
And it's hard because you think about people who work from home exclusively, right? And they don't get a minute's peace and you never turn off. Well, we don't necessarily work from home, but we do a lot of work from home
Mhm.
because it's convenient because then we don't have to be gone. So there is the luxury of, yes, we're working sometimes on our phones or on our laptops, but at least we're here, right? There's a little bit of like check-in and peace that we have for each other.
Mhm.
Ground,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we're self-employed and we volunteer a bit, so that that plays a role in just like yeah, volunteer a bit,
This week a lot.
a lot. But yeah, that just it keeps us busy. But I think that when there's I think the first thing we do in the morning is the first thing we do like what's your day like, and we talk. If there's any issues the day before, which usually it doesn't carry over to the next day. But like that's when we really communicate. And then at the end of the night, we kind of do like a debrief of the whole day and what's going on, kind of plan for the next day.
I think
But
every couple does that, I imagine, right? Like the
I don't
debrief.
know.
What did you
I don't
hear?
know. I don't know. I don't know if every couple does that. From what I see in some couples, especially couples that have been together for a long time, you can feel almost an awkwardness sometimes that like they don't communicate. Like how many times have we heard someone we know say something to their wife? They're like, I didn't know we were doing that, or I had no idea. And it's like, so maybe they don't. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but
No.
I know that's something that, first thing in the morning and last thing before we go to bed, it's like kind of get everything out there. And then we just text all day. We're pretty, I mean, I've counted sometimes between
No, you have not.
yeah, because I delete them all because I don't keep text. I don't think you do either.
Oh, no.
But like hundreds and hundreds of texts throughout the day. Maddie's probably in the 500s.
She's guilty of texting phrases. I always tell her, gather your thoughts, send me a
Yeah.
paragraph. I don't want 16,000 text messages. But I think that's kind of a respect thing, like asking somebody what they did in their day, I think kind of lends to respect, right? Like I'm interested, I
Interested.
care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I'm gonna ask you a question, or you want to ask me a question?
No, you go ahead.
How do you make space for each other to share thoughts or feel? These glasses are so great, by the way. If you haven't gotten, what are they called? No, not monovision. What are they even called? See, I'm 50, so I don't remember. They're not trifocals. There's no lines in my glasses.
Sorry.
I don't.
Progressive?
Progressives. If you haven't gotten progressives and you might need to explore it. There was no learning curve. The minute I put them on, they were fantastic. I highly recommend them. And I don't get any.
Okay, so if your
Okay, here we go.
glasses work, go ahead and read that
Yep. Okay.
description.
It's just amazing. I can go from here to there. How do you make space for each other to share thoughts or feelings without jumping in to fix, defend, or interrupt? And that is hard for a man to not fix, right?
So hard.
So hard.
So
You
hard.
want to fix and defend me constantly, I feel.
And sometimes just defend myself.
Yeah, you oh, I'm so mean.
No, but I think this is an area that I struggle with because as soon as there's a problem, I'm like, okay, how do we fix it? Like, what do we do? And sometimes it's not about fixing it. It's just like talking it through and going back to what I said earlier, like understanding where you're coming from, understanding why you feel that way. Because uh, I've known you a long time, but that doesn't mean that I can read every thought or know everything. So I think that it's just being able to understand. But I still like if you're upset about something, what do you need me to do? That's usually the first question I ask. What do you need me to, what can I do? I try to. Because like I immediately want it to go away. But sometimes it doesn't need to go away. Sometimes it needs to be talked about. And again, just for me to understand it and for you to feel, as we talked about earlier as well, for you to feel heard. Everybody wants to be seen and heard and understood, right?
I don't want to talk always either.
You
so
don't.
that makes it hard.
You don't always want to talk.
You do.
I do.
So
I do.
I try to listen.
Yes.
And
But
it's harder.
but yeah, sharing thoughts without jumping into fix, defend, or interrupt. I know we're pretty good about that, really.
You don't interrupt, but you're good about listening and hearing me out, but you definitely want to jump to, okay, let's fix it. And sometimes I just want to tell you and I don't want to fix it. And that's a hard thing to understand, right?
I'll admit that sometimes, you'll say something that might be a criticism, critique, feedback, whatever, and I get defensive.
I'm
I
sorry.
no, I mean, like, I leave my stuff all over and I immediately get defensive because like I don't know where it's supposed to go. Like that's just where it is right now. We got a microphone on our kitchen table and a ring light sitting over here for podcasts, but
Probably a cat on the dining room table.
typically.
So
But
annoying.
I think that we're pretty good about making space for each other. I'm wondering if anybody's watching, if you can answer that a little bit better, if you think that there's a good way to make space for each other to share their thoughts. But just be willing to listen. It's easy to talk your way through something, but sometimes it's better just to listen.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What practical habits or reminders help you stay present and engaged when your partner is speaking?
I would say as practical reminders is put your phone down,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're not going to stay engaged, and it doesn't. My mind's always going in 50 different places. I feel like you're the same way, but I feel like I'm fast forwarding to the next topic, and I have to remind myself that'll get done later. It's not a big deal. He's talking right now. It's important to stay focused and listen and have him be heard and make eye contact and just put your phone down. That is like such a hard thing to do. Or then you're listening and then, oh, hold on 1 second. Somebody just sent me that text back I've been waiting for. Well, that's okay. They can wait 5 minutes. It's a text message, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's not urgency in a text message.
I agree. It's hard.
It
It's
is.
hard because we get distracted. I know that I easily get distracted. That text will come in and you're like, who are you texting right now? I'm like, oh, someone just texted and wanted an answer. And I because I think that I just want to get it I want to get them out of the way. I want to get the text out of the way. I want to get the email out of the
Check
way.
the box.
I want to be done with that so that I can move on.
Yeah.
Because like you said, sometimes we're fast forwarding to the next thing and we're already on to the next. But habits and reminders when we're talking to each other is just to be in the moment. I mean, it's kind of this podcast has really forced us to take 15, 20 minutes, a half hour out of our Wednesday I mean, we're really just talking to each other. We've got people watching out there, but this might be more for us than for
Maybe.
everybody else. So hopefully it helps you guys too. But this is a time where we can just, I'm not checking text messages right now. I'm not worried about my email. I'm not worried about my next appointment. Like this is where I am. I know that I try to do the same thing when I'm on a podcast with someone. It's like I've got messages coming in, I've got emails coming in. I'm sitting at our kitchen table, so something's going on over here, and I'm like, but I can stay tuned in and locked in with who I'm talking to. So, yeah.
I try to remember, like, if I'm on a long drive, like I remember going to the beach and being at the beach and getting off the sand and walking into the parking lot and thinking, I didn't check my phone for 2.5 hours, and it took me 15 minutes to clear all my emails and all my, why would I keep that? And because then you start doom scrolling and you start looking at stories and it's these darn stories and these reels that get you and draw you. And I intentionally did not get TikTok because I didn't want to see all the videos, but guess what? They put it in my Instagram, they put it in my Facebook, and there they are in my face. And they're so entertaining and people are so clever and funny. But I feel like if you just really sat down and realized, if you just maybe, I don't know, give yourself a small amount of time to check all those messages, things are fine. You don't need to do it constantly. That's a hard lesson for us.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a pretty strong sense of urgency when it comes to any to-do list task. So that like immediately grabs our attention and takes it there. And so back to, the conversation is about if we're talking about something, that's more important than
Yeah.
anything else that's going on. All of those things can wait. And at the end of the day, if it waits 15 minutes, if it waits an hour, if it waits till the end of the day, the world is not going to end.
Yes, there were like weeks where I didn't even check my phone last year, and it was just not the end of the world. It was just okay.
Yeah.
I didn't miss any big to-dos, and sometimes, and that's the other thing, right? Like, did you hear about this? No, I haven't been on my phone today. Like,
I know.
I don't know what's going on, but it's nice.
better.
It is. It's nice to not sometimes, right? I don't want to know what's going on sometimes.
All right. Well, the topic today, if it came through, was the power of listening, not just hearing, but really truly listening and being in the moment and trying to, avoid the distractions, push some things aside for a minute when those conversations are important, and really listen and understand, and listen to understand. And I guess that's it.
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, once again, just want to remind you, I have a couple books left. Thank you guys for watching, but this is the new second edition of Born to Risk. Thank you again to Emilio and Daniela Roman, who gave me the opportunity to become a co-author in this book. I'm chapter 7. If you'd like to purchase the book, well, you're actually not buying the book. You're making a $100 donation to American Cancer Society, and if that comes across, we'll make sure that you get a copy of the book signed. But Noelia is watching. Thank you, Noelia. And I'm going to read her comment. She said, "What works with us is we are busy, so we always find time at the end of the day to just sit and be with one another. It's when we talk, and despite the whole day is when we dedicate that small part. It can range from 5 minutes to an hour of conversation. In that moment, there is nothing but the two of us." So it's super awesome, super awesome. No, we agree. That's beginning of the day and the end of the day, everything in between. Sometimes, what we like to do too that we didn't mention is sometimes if we have a lot going on, is we'll just like, hey, you want to meet for lunch? And then like it's to spend time together, but also like, hey, we got something to talk about. We got Holiday on High Street coming up. Let's talk about that. We got scheduling for the studio or something like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So
Calendars.
Noelia, thank you for your comment. Thank you for watching, Cherie and Nathan and Haley. Thank you guys all for watching. If you are enjoying the episodes, please go to Master Motivation Podcast on YouTube. You can subscribe and see not only the other Keep the Flame Alive podcast edition, but you'll see the Master Motivation Podcast with all of my amazing guests. And something that I would like to bring back are my Tuesday Thoughts with Danny Cleary, where we're going to spend some time talking about Bible scripture. So
Love those.
yeah, so we're going to try to bring that back. So guys, that's it. Please do us a favor, like, share, and comment. And we will see you next Wednesday with another edition of Keep the Flame Alive. Thank you guys. Mwah. Love you. All right, guys. See you. Have a great day.